Hola amigos, buenos días. En este video vamos a hablar de la fecha, el cumpleaños y de los meses. So we're going to look at talking about date, months, and birthdays in this video. I'm going to give you some questions and tell you how to answer those questions, give you a few other notes, and we'll also look at how to pronounce the months in Spanish correctly. So I think we'll start with that. So why don't we take a look at the 12 months that we have here in Spanish, which are available to you. Also, before we get going on to that, the document that you're looking at here on the screen, if you want it, it's available as a link in the description of the video. You can check that out and print it off or download it or take notes on it, whatever you want to do. It's yours if you want it. So the months I have listed for you right here are January through December, and I'm going to pronounce them for you, and also I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of hints on how you can spell a few of them right. So starting here at the top with January: enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. So I'm going to point out a couple of things that students often do and end up spelling these months wrong. So with this one, marzo, sometimes people like to change that Z to an S because it's pronounced marzo with a sound, so they think it might be an S, but the letters Z and S share the same sound in Spanish, so you just need to know that it's a Z, marzo. The next mistake that's often made is with August. Sometimes I see students write August like this, and I think they do that because they want to make it look like the August in English, and then just add an O to the end of it. But if you find yourself doing this and you're unsure of whether or not what you're writing is correct, try to pronounce to yourself what it is that you've written down. So if I pronounce that word that I just typed out for you, it would sound like this: Augusto. And you have to ask yourself, does that sound right? Or does agosto sound right? And if agosto sounds right, then just spell it like it sounds. Agosto, right here. The next mistake people often make is with October. I see this sometimes. So that would be pronounced octobre, octobre, which does not sound right. It should be octubre with an U sound in there, and the U, of course, is a U in Spanish. And then the last thing that people often make mistakes is with December. And I see this. I see diciembre a lot, but it's not diciembre, it's diciembre with an I. So make sure you don't get that mistake made either. Okay? So using that information and some numbers, we're going to be able to answer some questions here. So there are 3 questions and some possible answers. So let's give you the first question. It is, ¿cuál es la fecha? Or ¿cuál es la fecha de hoy? Which would be, what is the date? Or what's the date today? And if today is September 25th, I would say, hoy es el 25 de septiembre. Today is the 25, or 25th in English, of September. Notice that I just put 25. I don't have to worry about the ordinal number 25th. There's only one instance when I have to worry about that, and I'll point that out to you in just a second. The second question is, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? Which is, when is your birthday? And you could answer that. Mi cumpleaños es el 11 de marzo. So my birthday is the number of, and then the month. Next question, ¿cuándo es el cumpleaños de persona? So when is the birthday of a certain person? Or let's say the guy's, it's Jose. I could say, ¿cuándo es el cumpleaños de Jose? When is Jose's birthday? And to answer that question, if his birthday was May 5th, I would say, el cumpleaños de Jose es el 5 de mayo. Okay, a couple of notes I want to point out to you here before we get to the activity. So, en los países hispanohablantes se escribe la fecha así. So in Spanish-speaking countries, the date is written like this. So let's say it was September 15th of 2012. I'm going to write it like this: 15-9-12. I'm going to put the day and then the month and then the year. Whereas in the United States, we put month, day, year. Spanish-speaking countries, we're going to go day, month, year, which actually makes sense because you're putting the smaller increment of time, then the next bigger one, and then the biggest one. The next one down there is just another example of that. So if it was December 28th of 2010, I would write it like that: 28-12-10. Okay, and then my one note, which I mentioned earlier about ordinal numbers, the only time that when you're giving a date that you're not going to use the actual like dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, the actual number, is for the first of the month. You're actually going to use the word first. So it was March 1st. I would use this phrase right here, primero de marzo, which means first of March. The word primero means first. So May 1st would be el primero de mayo, or August 1st, el primero de agosto, for example. So primero is the only time when you're going to use the ordinal number first. Got a little activity here for you. for practice. So the instructions are: responde a las preguntas usando las fechas dadas. Answer the questions using the given dates. So, 1. ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños? 2. ¿Cuál es la fecha? 3. ¿Cuándo es el cumpleaños de tu abuela? So go ahead and pause the video, see if you can answer those questions, and then I'm going to scroll down here and show you the answers. So pause the video. All right. So if you weren't sure, the questions, number 1 was ¿Cuándo es tu cumpleaños?, which is when is your birthday? And if it was the 15th day of the 4th month, or April 15th, I would say Mi cumpleaños es el 15 de abril. 2. ¿Cuál es la fecha? Means what is the date? And it says it's July 9th, so I would say Hoy es el 9 de julio. And then number 3, ¿Cuándo es el cumpleaños de tu abuela? When is your grandmother's birthday? And it happens to be the 23rd day of the 10th month, which is October 23rd. So I would say el cumpleaños de mi abuela es el 23 de octubre. Muy bien. And then I just want to point out one other thing to you, if you haven't already noticed it. The months in Spanish are not capitalized like they are in English. And that kind of follows the same pattern, like the days of the week are not capitalized in Spanish either. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, thanks for watching and enjoy your day.